Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? RevSauce9 here. Make sure to rate, like, and subscribe to the channel. We're going to cover NXT for 4/16/2024. What a hell of a show. It was a B- show. It was better than Monday Night Raw to me. Whoop that Trick, okay? I'm a huge Trick Williams fan. I honestly am on the camp. I don't want to see him win the title, and I think he should be brought up to the main roster. He is bigger than NXT. Bigger than Carmelo Hayes, in my opinion, and he is so over. And honestly, have him go against Logan Paul and win. That's where I'm at with this. Whoop that Trick has sold me, and I'm all for it. And Carmelo Hayes, you know, if they do give him the NXT belt, he is still bigger than NXT. I think he should be on the main roster, honestly. That's just my personal opinion and how I feel on things. But yeah, I just want to say this to a lot of you. I apologize about yesterday. I haven't been feeling good. I was annoyed with the YWC, IWC, and I just needed to vent, go on a tangent rant for a moment about just the community in general in my Raw review. I apologize. Maybe not the best idea in the world, but I felt it was justified. And it was just on my nerves. I apologize. I know some people won't understand that, but I watch so many YouTube videos. I watch so much in the IWC, YWC. There's a lot of people spinning narratives, massively manipulating people, bullshitting you, lying to you. And then, you know, there's a lot of good channels out there that are getting just stuff said about them that it's not true. So it's just, you know, at the end of the day, I'm going to stay in my lane. We're going to do our thing, and I'm just going to stop focusing on other things, and I apologize about that too. So anyway, let's get into real talk. Let's talk about NXT, raw, uncut, and unbiased. Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes match, steel cage. Let's go. Hell of a match. I love the interference in the match with the security guards of Carmelo Hayes, but still, that running knee into the steel chair, amazing. Trick Williams, let me tell you this. This man has turned himself around into being a big, big superstar. Like, this guy, have him strap a rocket ship on his back, a rocket. He is good at what he does. I see him United States champion, taking that off of Logan Paul. He is whoop that Trick. Do I want him to win the NXT belt? Yeah, but at the same time, I would rather him win a main card title. He's bigger than NXT. He's bigger than Carmelo Hayes. Don't get me wrong. I like Carmelo Hayes, but Trick Williams has taken it to a whole different level and transcended NXT, honestly. Has transcended that bitch. Crank it to 100,000 levels. That is Trick Williams. And don't get me wrong, Carmelo Hayes is great, but Carmelo Hayes has been on the main roster. We brought him back down so we could finish the story of Trick Williams, Tricky versus Carmelo Hayes. And I like Carmelo Hayes, and I like the idea of him putting up banners as he beats people. I like that. But there's something about Trick Williams that it just, man, the hype is there. It's real. I enjoy it. You know, like I said before, Tricky is good shit. And if you don't give him a main roster title, you'd be a damn fool. Triple H has got a lot to think about when it comes to this draft. And honestly, I know the draft and there's been leaks. That's why I haven't covered the leaks. I want to go into it with a clean mind. I'm different than all these other YouTubers out there, man. A lot of these YouTubers report on the leaks. And to me, I'd rather you guys be excited with me and go into it blind and see who gets picked where. Spring Breakin', honestly, is looking good to me. Carmelo Hayes, look, he may interfere and beat the crap out of whoop that Trick. Trick Williams. But at the end of the day, I think he's going to stay out of this. I think Trick Williams could be your next NXT champion. I don't want him to be, because I think he should go to the main roster and win like a US belt. Something bigger than the NXT belt, personally. That's just me. So Spring Break-In is later this month, starting next week. We got Dijak and Noam Dar kicking off the show. Dijak's good shit, but Noam Dar's better. Noam Dar's been up on the main roster before. He is bigger than light. I like Dijak. Dijak is good shit, but it's time for Dijak to lose a match, okay? Dijak need to lose here. The running knee by Noam Dar is good shit. Noam Dar is good shit. Dijak is good. Don't get me wrong. I just think he's won a lot, and I think it's time for him to take a loss. I like Dijak, but it was time for him to take a loss. I'm gonna have a sip of my coffee real quick. But yeah, Dijak needed to lose this match, honestly. It was a back and forth match. Honestly, I was very, 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 very happy. And as the show happened, we're getting this new graphic with Triple H. And honestly, it is really good stuff. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze real quick as I'm recording. So I apologize. I've been sick and all that, and I've had a fever, and I'm gonna sneeze again. I apologize, but I'm recording. It is what it is. At the end of the day, I'm not willing to re-record this. With Lash Legend and Junker Jackson and Marsha defeats Dijak. It was a good match. Back and forth. Dijak, Darpin, Dijak after distraction by Marsha, following by Nova Roller. Good match to open the show. The results was easy, led to a return match. It wouldn't not be the only outside interference on the show. Again, this match had a lot of good stuff. I'm a big fan of Dijak. Dijak should be moved up to the main roster, honestly. I like his Batman gimmick that he's got going on. Anyway, Lola Vice defeats Sol Ruca. I didn't understand this. I really thought they were going to have Lola Vice, interfere and maybe have Natalya come out and serve her back for what happened. This match was okay. Vice pinned Ruca on the outside after interference from Blair Davenport in the second match in a row. Having outside interference play a part in the finish would not only be the last time on this show, but after it came to pre-tape promo. Natalya challenges Vice to a NXT Underground match at Spring Break. I don't know if that's going to be a kind of a play on Raw Underground, or it's going to be like a Bloodsport match. I don't know what they're going to do with that, but they have a contract signing next week, night one, week one of that. Anna Grace gave Gigi Dolan a makeover. Stay tuned for that. That's what they did. Rich Holland versus Draken Wade of the LWO. Rich Holland said he was retiring, all kayfabe. You got to see Sean Spears and pretty much Rich Holland. I think it's going to be Rich Holland and literally no joke. And the chairman, Sean Spears, together as a group. I think that's what they're going to go for. Tony D'Angelo coming out. Basically coming out and basically saying that he failed the NXT universe, said basically that he wants to come out and just honor the fact Ilya was better. And then No Catch Quarter came out and basically said they had unfinished business, basically back and forth, and they're going to have a match for Spring Breakin'. NXT champion Ilya Dragunov versus Javon Evans in a non-title match. One hell of a match. Javon Evans is good shit. And he was also on NXT Level Up, and him and Ilya Dragunov, man, can go the distance. Again, Ilya is good shit. Back and forth. There was a couple of moves, like Ilya went for a couple of clotheslines, and then a Shiny Wizard kind of move, and then Wild with like this one move, man. It went back and forth for a minute, and it was really, really good. Tatum Paxley. And honestly, that NXT Championship match, non-title match, well, it was a title match technically. But Sue Roca cuts a promo saying she's gonna demands Ava for a non-disqualification match against Davenport because Davenport keeps fucking with her, and so they're getting that at Spring Break. And I think it's gonna be night 2. I think of that. Tatum Paxley defeats Taryn Hall with some interference from Jane, and Lacaria rises into the ring, beats up Paxley. So we're gonna have a triple threat: Paxley, Vicaria, and Roxanne Perez. I think that's gonna be good shit. I think Roxanne Perez, they don't know what to do with Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez should be up on the main roster, honestly, and stuff like that. So hang on a second. Okay, I had to blow my nose and stuff so we could stop a recording real quick. I forgot I could do that on OBS. But yeah, Tatum Paxley and Vicaria versus Roxanne Perez is going to be a good one. Roxanne Perez was being snarky and whatnot in the back, and Ava said, hey, I outsmarted you. You're going to have a triple threat next week. And that's pre-breaking, so that's going to be a good one. Again, Ilya Dragunov versus Trick Williams next week. I see Trick Williams losing here. Carmelo Hayes is going to play a factor into this, and Trick's going to lose. I think Trick will be leaving NXT, and it's deserving. It's deserving. Sorry, I should say that. I speak Revenese. It's deserving, and I really believe in the aspects of this, that he's bigger than NXT. Whoop that Trick. You know, if you watched NXT Stand and Deliver, people were chanting it outside and inside. So, you know, again, will it move up to the main roster? That's going to be the $1 million question. And don't change his music. Triple H, if you're listening to this, do not change Trick Williams' music. You change that shit, I'm going to be mad. It's good as it is. Do not change it. Do not have that and have him be on SmackDown with Carmelo Hayes. Keep that feud going. That blood feud is great stuff. The Authors of Pain with the Final Testament defeat Mick Blade and Eris Imphy. Hope I'm saying that right. It was a squash match technically. So next week, I believe it's going to be Jane and Hale going at each other, I believe. Ivar defeats Josh Briggs. Josh Briggs looked really hurt. Typical why can't Ivar be the way he is on NXT on the main roster? Like, he speaks. He speaks. This man doesn't use Valhalla to speak in NXT. He actually can cut promos. When he was part of War Machine, back in Ring of Honor days, years and years and years ago, he was cutting promos. He can cut promos now. When they first came to NXT, they were cutting promos. I don't understand why in the fuck we're not doing it now. Like, that's ridiculous. Gigi Dolan uses some scissors dressed in Andrea Grace's picked out dress. This continued for an angle from earlier in the show and seemingly appeared to set up Grace and Dolan could be a cold team. A couple of teams of shorts, odd couple of team shorts, basically. Gigi Dolan should be going after that new American Championship belt, the North American Women's belt. I don't know why they're having her in hokey pokey little gimmicks like this. This is something that I don't understand from Shawn Michaels. Josh Briggs, again, good shit. Again. So, next week, we have NXT champion Ilya Dragunov defends his title versus Trick Williams. Williams will leave if he falls short to win the championship. Roxanne Perez, defends her NXT champion versus Tatum Paxley and La Kyria. In a triple threat match, Soruka faces Brett Davenport in a no DQ break brawl. No Catch Crew versus the D'Angelo family. And a contract signing for Natalia and Lola Vice. A video package featured Trick Williams and Carmelo Hayes as they went back on the air after a commercial break. In the main event tonight, pre-interview, Carmelo Hayes said he'll feud is over when he says it's so. Hayes is followed around by personal security. A big pop from the live studio audience for Trick Williams, and the chants of "Whoop that Trick" filled the stage, and Trick Williams defeats Carmelo Hayes, as I said earlier, in the steel cage. Honestly, it was an okay cage match. This cage was kind of weird how they were building it, as they were showing as they were coming in, how they were building it. It was really weird. But it was like for old school fans, age match after Hayes and Williams' last match with only 1 week notice, no less. Seems to be a little reason for the cage match, except gimmick matches. I'm reading this off of another little bit. But Hayes' security team handled the weapon. He basically hit him with a club throughout the match, and then a couple of chair shots. And then it was pretty much back and forth with the security guards. Kind of hokey pokey, and then a couple of lariats and things like that. And then it pretty much led into Carmelo Hayes' downfall, and then a running knee into the chair. 1, 2, 3. Basically. And that was it. Williams has stare down with Dragunov, and after the fact, that's how the show went off the air. Hell yeah, let's go. It's going to be Liddy for Giddy next week. I will be tuning in because I would like to see what they're going to do with Ilya Dragunov. Maybe Dragunov does lose the title. But I think Trick Williams is bigger than NXT. Honestly, I think he's destined to be drafted by SmackDown or Raw. They need talent over on Raw. The D'Angelo family, I heard, was going to get drafted. Supposedly, they're bigger than NXT. Like the Testament, the Final Testament with Scarlett Bordeaux, that's more of an NXT thing. Like, I would put them where they're at with Paul Ellering. I think that's better off there. They weren't really working on the main roster, and plus they were losing matches left and right. The Author of Pain is where they need to be. Tatum Paxley, honestly, is good shit. Tyre Hell is good stuff. The Chase U. I think Chase U should be up on the main roster too at this point. I think they should do but they don't want to bleed NXT too much. I heard they're going to be bringing in some main roster talent on NXT just to kind of give it that ratings pop that it deserves. So we may be in shock mode what goes on in the draft, but I really haven't seen the leaks. I really haven't seen I've seen some channels talk about it already, but I don't want to go into that in this channel. I want everybody to be surprised and be wrong of me, because a lot of you like to be surprised, and a lot of you like to buy into what WWE's, even AEW's doing, and TNA. So I don't want to do that to you guys. That's why I haven't covered the leaks. That's why I haven't covered any of the spoilers on that, because you guys are all excited about that, and I don't want to. I'm pretty much fantasy booking at this point. Again, guys, I was really I was just annoyed yesterday, and I haven't felt good, and in just watching channel after channel shit on AEW to spreading narratives, and, you know, the new one, Tony Khan was losing his mind. That wasn't true. And then now the new one is Tony Schiavone losing his goddamn mind on a podcast, with Conrad, and basically saying he doesn't give a fuck what Tony Khan does, basically. Anyway, we'll be back here with a quick review of AEW Dynamite tomorrow. Maybe I'll have a co-host tomorrow. I don't know. I haven't been around, so I apologize for that. I just been not feeling good, so we kind of do these kind of weird reviews where it's quick reviews because I haven't felt good. Anyway, thank you guys for stopping in. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys for sticking around me. I know some of my content's not for everyone. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you. We will have a live stream at some point today on this channel, either gaming, a watch along, or something. I'm just trying to get my body together to get to a live stream today on Twitch, Kick, and Live Space. I'm probably going to play some Clone Hero for a while on those channels. I'll see you guys over there. Peace out. God bless everybody, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.